Sometimes it's necessary to adjust your training plan following time off, and then it just becomes a question of how much time have you missed. Anything under 7, even 10 days, you can often resume training exactly where you left off. The phase of training will dictate that. I mean, if it's lower intensity training, it's easy to jump back in. If it's higher intensity training, some of the workouts may be a bit of a shock to the system and require a little bit of reduction in one form or another. Either a shorter version of that workout or maybe even cutting the workout short. When it comes to adjusting your training plan following illness, it's basically a matter of not diving back into things too quickly. The severity of the illness is obviously going to influence how quickly you can resume training and how quickly you can move back into high intensity training. But for something as simple as a common cold or just a few days away from the bike, it boils down to an easy day followed by maybe a mildly more intense day and then right back into the high intensity training. And when it comes to longer gaps, say something above 2 weeks, and you have to ease back into training. You can't dive right into the hard stuff. So maybe you do a workout that's more aerobic endurance, and then you move up to a tempo workout, and then maybe a sweet spot workout even before you dive back into the higher intensity work. And you also have to consider what phase of training you're in. You miss a week of base phase, and it's easy to jump back in pretty much where you left off. But you miss a week of specialty phase, and the workouts can escalate a little too far too quickly and make things really difficult. One example might be an athlete who is 3 or 4 weeks into sweet spot base 1 and they miss a couple weeks of training. In that case, it's probably better just to go all the way back to week 1 and start again. Another example might be an athlete who maybe misses a week of training due to a work trip and wonders whether or not they pick up where they left off or they advance to the next week. It's going to come down to the timing of your event. So if you're on a really tight schedule in relation to your a priority event, you might simply have to miss that week and skip to the next one. If, however, you have the luxury of an extra week, just resume where you left off.